Hello, I am Karis, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about some habits that have completely changed my life. Now, before I go on, I'm just going to let you know, I will not be talking about the typical habit changes we hear all the time. I've seen some of these videos, and literally almost all of them are talking about how they started going to bed early and waking up at 5 a.m. and working out first thing in the morning and drinking a gallon of water and all of that, and I'm just like, yeah, probs won't do that. So the habit changes that I've made are not that extreme. I really believe they're a lot more practical and doable. So yeah, stay tuned if you want to know more. Okay, the first habit I started developing that has completely changed my life is I started talking to adults. Now, you're probably like, what? But here's the thing. I have noticed a lot of people our age don't talk to adults. Like, we all get nervous before we make a phone call to schedule a doctor's appointment. When we go out in public, we instantly are scrolling through our phones because heaven forbid we might have to talk to somebody and have that awkward silence and whatnot. But I have noticed, like, from a very young age, I've always just been very personable, and I love talking to adults. Like, there are sometimes I feel like I have so much more meaningful conversations with people that are like way over my age than people like my age. I'm convinced sometimes people my age think I'm like way weird and just too deep for them because I just really enjoy having meaningful conversations, and I unfortunately don't think most people in our generation know how to do that. And so honestly, forming the habit of talking to adults really has changed my life because it has given me the confidence that I need to be able to talk to pretty much anyone. It's given me the ability to communicate clearly because I'm not like too nervous or whatnot. And it's helped me build a lot of connections because we're all gonna eventually have to go out and get a job. And the people that are going to be hiring us are going to be adults, which means we're going to have to know how to talk to adults. And so if we're not talking to adults now, it's going to be pretty hard to talk to adults later on when we really need them. And so maybe start forming the habits of talking to adults. And they also honestly like have a lot of great life wisdom and advice. So if you just take the time to go talk to some adults, like, you will learn a lot. Another habit that has completely changed my life is I started asking questions. And when I had a question, I did not give up until I found the answer. So I'm just gonna give you like a really practical example of what I mean by this. So my sophomore year of college, I decided to start a YouTube channel. And I had no clue how to edit, how to film, like how YouTube worked, like how the YouTube algorithm worked. I did not know anything. So I literally just researched and researched and researched until I found an answer. And there were some times where like I would contact like YouTubers and people that are in that field and ask them. And most of the times, like, we don't even consider contacting people because we think like that's weird and awkward. But like when I have a question, like, I don't really care how big of a following somebody has. If I feel like they can help me like answer the question, I'm gonna contact them. What's the worst they're gonna do? Not respond to me? Okay, well, the 20 other people hopefully will respond to me. So seriously, start asking questions and don't quit until you find out an answer. And not only will this help you find answers to your questions, but it's giving you the problem solving skills that we all need in life. When we go out and we go get a job, there's going to be a lot of problems and we need to solve them. And if we don't know how to problem solve, we're just going to become a burden to people. I mean, like, that kind of sounds mean, but that's the truth. If you can't figure out something, somebody else is going to have to do it for you, which can be quite annoying. So learn how to go out and find answers and be comfortable asking questions. Another huge life-changing habit that I have formed over the years, okay, this one is big. So if you have been spacing out, tune in. and that is I stopped caring about what other people think of me. This was the most liberating thing I've ever done in my life. I can think back to so many moments in my life where I didn't do something because I was afraid of what people thought of me. But then when I stopped doing that, I have been able to accomplish so much more than I ever would. So when I was first thinking about like starting this YouTube channel, I was so worried because I come from like a really small town and people don't do YouTube and social media and stuff like that. And I was like, what's so-and-so gonna think of me, and are they gonna think I'm weird and blah blah blah. But then I thought about it, I'm like, wait, why do I care? Like, what does the opinion of that person has anything to do with my life? And why would I let somebody stop me from doing these kind of things? It's not like the thing I'm wanting to pursue is a bad thing. I'm not gonna go become an alcoholic and a druggie. Like, I just want to start a YouTube channel, so why does it matter what people think of me, you know? And so try to figure out if people's opinions mean a lot to you, and if they do, kind of ask yourself if it's really worth it. Like, do you need to care that much about what other people think? Like, is it benefiting you in any way, or is it stopping you from becoming a greater person? Okay, the very last habit I developed that just has completely changed my life is I started reading, listening to podcasts, and following actual good influencers on social media. I started listening to podcasts kind of my sophomore year of college. I was doing a lot of driving that semester and I was just feeling like I was wasting so much time. So I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll just listen to podcasts. And that is actually what inspired me to start a YouTube channel. I listened to a podcast about like how you can reach so many people through a platform like YouTube, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. And so I listened to a lot more podcasts and learned more about YouTube and all of that. And not only did listening to podcasts like help me start a YouTube channel, but it kind of has shaped like my future. So I am a certified life coach. I help young adults kind of figure out what they want to do with their life. And all of that started because I started listening to podcasts and reading. I started figuring out that there are people out there for a job, they literally coach others. And naturally, like, that's what I have done all my life. And I found out like you can make an actual career out of that. And so I went out and I got certified and started my own coaching business. And so just taking the time to invest in yourself by listening to podcasts and reading can completely change your life. As for the influencer thing, we follow a lot of toxic people on social media, honestly. Influencers that don't really influence you in a great way. They more so just kind of make you feel crappy about yourself and your body and whatnot. But I started following influencers that I genuinely felt like were teaching me valuable lessons. I was following influencers that were giving me a lot of helpful like business tips, YouTube tips, and all of that. And so every time I would scroll through social media, that was the kind of stuff I was watching. I was getting on social media and I was leaving feeling encouraged and truly influenced. And so that is one very small habit you can change, is just starting to follow people that truly impact you in a good way and unfollowing the ones that just make you feel like crap about yourself. So those are just very few life-changing habits that I've made that have really impacted my life. If you want to see more, I'm sure I can come up with a part 2, so comment down below and let me know. And I want to encourage you to do these little things, because these little things really add up and they change your life. You don't have to do anything crazy. You don't have to go out and spend a lot of money. You just have to develop these small habits, and before you know it, they're gonna pay off. So that's all I got for you. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Feel free to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I'm fairly active on both of those platforms. And if you ever want to work with me in the future, check out my website. I have it all linked down below. But that is all I got for you. And until next time, bye.